Congratulations, that burp is now in the recording.
Oh, crap.
Literally right after I hit record, you burped into the microphone. I am so proud of you.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize we were starting. I thought we were just kind of chilling for a little bit.
Well, you know, I can enjoy my chalky milk and also record.
That's true.
Yep, I got some chalky milk with me, guys. That's right, you jealous? That's right. I got it to cope with the terrible disaster that was last episode. I got this chalky milk to help me feel better.
Oh boy.
Get out of here. Anyway, welcome to Podblivion. I'm Void. I am joined as always by my sister Cassie.
Hello, guys.
Who does not understand existential dread apparently, but we're not going to harp on that this episode. We are doing something that has been reoccurring for quite some time. Something that we started in the early batch of episodes. Something that I was quite surprised actually was able to get my sister into. And that is Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
So we started a bit of a book club together where we are reading through Judge Dredd, starting from the very first issue and just reading through in order of publication as best we can, depending on what our source has it printed in order of, because sometimes it's out of order.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Sometimes, just sometimes. For the most part, even if it's happening, it's not noticeable. And for those of you who don't know what Judge Dredd is, it is a British-made comic set in the future of America in the 22nd century, where society has been, what's the word I'm looking for, condensed into 3 different megacities along the edges of the United States of America. And it is very, because, there was a nuclear war, and we all had to, kind of cozy up to the size of the country. And in this future, there are judges, which are the lawmen of the future. And Judge Dredd, our hero of these stories, is the best there is of these judges.
Yeah.
And the comics are just about the world he lives in and all of the crazy, wildly different things that happen in this version of America.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, if the listeners or watchers, however you are viewing this podcast, has not listened to previous episodes of us talking about Judge Dredd, I would suggest to go listen.
Yes. Go just I think it's episode 6 or so.
Yeah.
Just give that a listen. Audio is a little worse, but you will get context. So yeah, we have just started. Well, you have just started.
Yes.
I'm kind of reading ahead, so I know what to expect. Volume 3, and for the most part, it's just short stories.
Yeah.
At least so far. There are a few longer. There's at least one longer one, but I don't think you're going to get to that until the second half. So you read through the first half of Volume 3.
Yes.
And I have read it. I read that a while ago. So that's what we're just going to be talking about. It's a bunch of different short stories. Starting with Vienna.
Yes,
right?
Vienna. So, Vienna is apparently... Vienna came out of nowhere, by the way, in my opinion.
Oh, she definitely did. Yeah, absolutely.
I was kind of I felt like I got whiplash when we start Volume 3 with Vienna, which happens to be Judge Dredd's niece.
Yes.
And so Vienna is the daughter of his brother Rico.
Rico Dredd, yeah.
Who used to be a judge, I believe, right?
No, he used to be a judge, but then he
committed a crime.
Yeah, he committed a crime, and he became a villain, and was dealt with in a very early issue.
Yeah, and then he was sent to Titan, correct?
Yeah, he was sent to Titan. That was his backstory, because all judges, no matter their crime, apparently are just sent to Titan to carry out their 20-year sentence.
Yeah.
And then he comes back for revenge, and then Judge Dredd deals with him.
And then he is killed by
he's killed.
Dredd himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that happened all the way back in Volume 1.
Yeah, so the reason why I felt like I was getting whiplash is because I didn't expect Judge Dredd to have that much family. He's kind of perceived as just, he exists, he doesn't date, he doesn't have a significant other. If he has parents, they are nowhere to be seen. He had a brother that was kind of there, but it's not like they were close because he committed a crime.
Yeah.
And Dredd had to deal with him himself. So he comes off as a character that is very much so no family.
Right.
And then you have Vienna, who came out of nowhere. And I'm like, when did Rico have the time to go have a kid?
Oh, that's a good point.
Like, when was he able to pump and dump?
When indeed. She doesn't seem...
She seemed young.
She seemed very young. Yeah, definitely younger than 20 years old.
Yeah, she seemed like she was under the age of 10, actually.
You make a good point.
So when did Rico like reproduce on Titan and then she was sent back? Like what the hell?
Oops.
What the hell?
That is a logical fallacy I never considered before.
Also, the mother did not seem to be in the picture of Vienna.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where is the mother? She was just being taken care of by like a nanny.
Yeah.
And it seemed like Vienna's only family at that point was Judge Dredd, and Judge Dredd was keeping his distance because as the story goes on, she is kidnapped, and he's like, I need to keep my distance so that she's safe.
Right.
So, when was she reproduced?
You mean when was she conceived?
Yeah.
Not
reproduced.
Don't want to reproduce her. Nope.
Nope. When was she conceived?
Yeah.
When was she created?
Yeah, that's a good point. I never really thought about that because she is very young, but her father, Rico,
was in prison on Titan, on another
he was
planet.
in prison. So that is definitely a good question, and I don't know if the writers thought of that, or maybe they just like retconned it, but they didn't understand they didn't explain what they did instead. So it's just okay.
They like pulled it out of nowhere. That's why I got whiplash.
See, I thought the concept of Vienna was kind of neat, but now that you've said that, I'm like, oh, that kind of just ruined it for me.
Like, the only logical explanation is that he apparently got someone pregnant on Titan, and then they would have had to send her back after she was born. But like, why would the prisoners have any sort of relations like that?
Yeah.
Why would they allow that? Like, did you experience as much
I did not,
because I
was just like, oh, cool. It's neat that they roped in a family member for Judge Dredd. I didn't consider the fact that Rico had spent 20 years on Titan and that there was no way that she could have been conceived.
There's no, because he would have had to either escape, but there's no way that could have happened because I'm pretty sure he had to spend his full 20 years on Titan before he could come back.
Wait, did he escape? No, he did serve out the whole sentence.
Yeah.
He was coming back on, like, transport.
So, yeah, okay, so he came back after 20 years. He served the whole sentence. Unless they retconned it and he didn't serve for 20 years.
But, like, if you retcon it, you gotta explain that
yeah.
you retconned it, unless there's something we missed. But they never really went back on the explanation of, I don't know.
And Vienna seemed like the way she was behaving and the way they wrote her, she seemed like she was like a 7-year-old, in my opinion.
Right.
Based off of child development. She seemed to be about the age of 6 or 7.
Right.
So, what?
Well, as we did establish that you are more left brain oriented than I am.
Yeah.
So it stands to reason that you would notice that and I would not.
Yeah.
Never in a million years. That is crazy. Well, it is, it is predating the Volume 5, so which is, as I've been saying over and over again, Volume 5 is where things get a little more
consistent.
Yeah, consistent. So
yeah, I had a feeling it was just gonna be chalked up to that, being honest.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. If Rico is canon,
yeah,
I hope that Vienna is not. Because being honest, like, it was cool that they incorporated a family member, and like, what would happen if someone kidnapped Judge Dredd's family member? Because, for heroes that happens all the time.
Right.
I did like that aspect, but I could not get past the fact that I'm like, this doesn't make sense that she's Rico's kid.
Yeah.
Given his story.
Yeah.
And that's why I got whiplash, and I was like, okay, it is what it is, and it's a cool story, but I wish they thought of that.
Yeah, or maybe they didn't. They're just like, maybe they won't notice.
Oh, they won't notice. Let's just do our normal bullshit.
Yeah, our normal Judge Dredd bullshit.
Yeah, legit.
Smoke that spiced tea.
Yeah, I was like, what the? Okay, well, now that I've mentioned it, I'm glad you're on the same page, because I was like, what? Did I miss something? I swear to God I didn't. Anyway, I wanted to mention, right after Vienna, they were talking about city blocks.
Yes, city blocks.
I like that they added to world building.
Yes.
By incorporating city blocks.
I was actually aware of city blocks prior to reading this issue because of one of the movies.
Really? Okay.
Yes, but I won't say much about that.
Okay.
But yes, city blocks. So, in a mega city, you got a lot of people and
They keep saying 800 million people in Mega City 1. Over 800 million.
It's a lot of people for the amount of land that they are in, and they are the reason that they have to be congested in this area is because of all the uninhabitable area outside of the city limits. Mm-hmm. So to deal with that situation, to have so many people, to have like roughly a third of the United States of America into these relatively small areas, to deal with that, you have to have housing that accommodates for that. So these city blocks, which usually in the modern day, we all know how city blocks work. They are just, a block is like street to street.
Yeah.
Right? At least
it's like a cube.
Yeah,
or a square, not a cube.
Defined by the streets around it.
Yeah.
That's a block, relatively small. Just, it has a few buildings, but that's about it.
Yeah.
With the city blocks in Judge Dredd, imagine that square footage of like surface area, but now imagine it has an incredible amount of height to it. Mm-hmm. And it's all one building.
Yeah.
That is a city block. And I'm just explaining to the viewers. Yeah. I already know that. You read this.
Yeah. No, I know.
So yeah, what do you think about that?
I thought it was really cool.
Right.
And the reason why I wanted to address it is because I think a lot of people love the idea of having walkable cities. Especially when you don't have walkable cities.
Right.
So in Europe, that's pretty normal to have a walkable city.
Right.
In America, it is not.
Yeah, they got it good. We don't.
In the United States, we have to drive everywhere. Also, there's not always sidewalks. It's just streets.
Yeah.
And then, like, grass sometimes next to the road. And you're like, where am I supposed to
It's a bit of a
walk?
challenge.
Yeah, it's rough. Like, I've literally seen videos on social media of people coming back from Europe and being like, oh my God, I loved walking everywhere. I lost so much weight. Let me come back to the US after my vacation and continue doing this and continue being athletic. And then they're fucking walking to some store and they're like, God, I have to climb over this fence and like run across this field. What is this?
Run across a field. European just trying to navigate in an American city. And I got climb over this fence and run across a field and go over a bridge and swim over through a river.
Yeah, like that's actually what it's like over here. It's horrendous.
Crazy.
Crazy. You can't walk anywhere. Having a massive city block where basically they were explaining that from birth to death, you can exist in one city block, so basically one building, without ever leaving, and you have all the conveniences and everything you need within that city block.
Yes.
So they have a hospital, they have a crematorium, which they would have to have, like...
I forgot some of these details.
Yeah, they would have to have some sort of chute to, like, expel the ashes into the atmosphere, so... That they would have to figure that out. It couldn't be like in the middle of the fucking building. That would suck.
Yeah.
But anyway, it looked like they had like parks, like indoor man-made parks, like with fake trees and stuff.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, but yeah.
Yeah, but still, it seemed really cool. Now, of course, not every city block is the same because you can go elsewhere and have different things.
Right.
But I just liked that aspect that they added to the world building in that way. And it actually helps to explain our previous conversation about traffic.
Right.
Because I was like, there must be a shit ton of traffic, and there's a ton of, you know how we were talking about that?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if a lot of people just stayed in one area in their city block, that actually reduces traffic.
Yes.
So that would actually reduce traffic and help with that.
We also know that there's still a lot of traffic.
There is still a lot of traffic.
But, yeah, the city blocks do help with that.
Yeah. So I just thought that was really cool.
It is unfortunate that America was developing around a time where the automobile came into existence. I feel like that definitely influenced a lot of how cities were built. And also, there was a lot of land to go over.
Yeah.
It was a mad rush for the land.
Yeah.
And Europe, it wasn't like that at all because, you know, smaller area. I mean, smaller territories, a lot more neighboring countries. You got smaller land overall. Right. And we were way, like, by the time automobiles came around, we were just way past that point for Europe. It was all developed.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Ancient cities, all that stuff.
Meanwhile, you know, the whole, what is it called? What was that? Why am I blanking? Oh my god.
What are you trying to think of?
When the pioneers were going across on the wagons.
Oregon Trail?
There we go.
That's one of them, at least.
So I was gonna say, meanwhile, us Americans over here were literally running across fields.
Yeah.
Literally.
Or driving a wagon across them.
Yeah, but anyway. I do like the aspect of walkability and having, like, it would be cool to leave your apartment and be in the same building and say, let me go down 4 flights to this convenience store. Yeah. Oh, let me go up to the roof and there's like a nice park there. Or
it's like living in a shopping mall.
Yeah.
But it's like it's supposed to be a residential area.
Yeah.
And it's all in one building. And so, like, on each floor, if you were to walk across the floor, that would take you like 5 minutes maximum.
Yeah.
But then, like, if you want to get to the next floor, you just take a lift.
Yeah.
And then it's the same distance up on that. You just go to the elevator, you go up, and then it's the same walking distance. So you get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I imagine that the width of these buildings are pretty large.
Yeah. Did they say the measurements at all?
No, they said that the buildings were very tall, taller than any skyscraper that we currently have known to man.
Okay.
But I would imagine to accommodate the height, they probably have a larger width to them. Not significantly, but the way that the inside of these city blocks were depicted seemed pretty large.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that a city block is probably, the building itself is larger than a normal city block we have right now, like today. But that's okay because the streets are different.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh, definitely. And the streets are very different.
Yeah. With them hovering or whatever anti-gravity, like random bullshit that they came up with for that. But yeah, I liked that. There was another world building thing that they did later, but we can get to that later.
Yeah, oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes. I actually had a question for you. I don't know if this is something I missed or I just want to contemplate over this.
Okay.
So, they keep talking about very few people work in this world.
Right.
And I forget, did we establish, does that continue past the 5th issue?
I don't think it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there seemed to be a need for employment.
Yeah.
And lots of, like, a really screwed up job market. I mean, kind of reflects, you know, modern America right now.
Yeah, but, we're sucking right now.
Yeah, I think that stops becoming a thing. I feel like over-automation is not a thing by Volume 5, but don't quote me on that, because I still don't feel like I know enough yet. I didn't read all of Volume 5.
Okay, so do they have robots, but just less so? And it's not as automated as the earlier volumes are?
I don't know. I definitely noticed a lot more robots in these earlier issues.
Okay.
Earlier volumes.
The reason why I ask is because I was wondering in these earlier issues, if everything is automated and very few people work, I was wondering how people get money in this world and how is wealth distributed.
That's a good point.
Because we are still seeing class systems where you have the extreme wealthy. So, for example, there was that one story where it was like the half-dead tower or whatever, where basically someone could, I guess, be in cryo sleep and extend their last hours of life into centuries. But it was only affordable for the extremely wealthy people.
Right.
And so I guess you could come out of it and talk to family and sort of be present for a couple minutes in that moment, and then you have to be put back under to continue to extend your life.
Right.
But that was only affordable for the extreme rich.
Right.
So I guess I was curious how wealth is distributed, because the biggest reason why people want to work is so that they can make money to therefore afford things, because you don't want to be broke and living on the street.
Right.
But if most people don't work, like, how are you just chilling and not stressing about money? And also, how does the wealth distribution happen?
Yeah, that's not really going to make sense, I think, ever.
Ever. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like we're just going to be in sort of a perpetual state of what with this economy until we get to volume 5.
Okay.
Because, I've never really understood that either. And it's like, ideally, like, okay, you've got this future where, no one works and we all have robots, yet you still have an economy and class-based system. And you're trying to combine modern capitalism with this world full of ideals. Yeah. It's not tracking.
It's not making any sense at all, because if a lot of people didn't work, I don't realistically know how the class system emerges, because, I mean, the only situation I can think of in modern day capitalism where people don't work is when you're the CEO and you're basically profiting off of other people's labor.
Right. So
I'm sure that's probably happening, and that's how the wealthy people are getting wealthy, and there's still a class system. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, technically anybody could become wealthy by profiting off of robots. If robots are doing all the labor. So I don't know.
Yeah. Damn, this economy that's beyond our comprehension. Lovecraftian world.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Cosmic horror economy. I'm tearing my hair out just thinking about it.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, and I think what made you think of that was City Block 2, right?
Yeah.
That one was about like a guy that didn't have a job and he was losing his mind.
Yeah.
My greatest takeaway from that story was Super Mace.
Super Mace.
Remember the woman pulls out, like, she's like, give me a job, and the guy's like, sorry, I can't do that, and then she just, that's what you think, Buster, and she pulls out a can, it says on the can, Super Mace.
Super Mace.
What is Super Mace?
I kind of thought of bear spray.
I guess so, like, but you had to call it Super Mace.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't call it something else.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like, it's like saying, yeah, we got toothpaste and we got super toothpaste. yeah, we got Adderall and then we got super Adderall.
Super Adderall.
Which at that point is just cocaine.
Probably.
Yeah, or something. But yeah.
Yeah, I just assumed it was basically the equivalent of bear spray, which if you use on a human is really bad.
Yeah.
Because bear spray is basically Super Mace.
Yeah, but they could have called it bear spray. Like, I guess. Oh, you know what? Are there any bears around?
There might not be.
So then you just have to change the name then.
Super Mace.
It's like, oh, we got what bear spray? We don't have any bears. What do we? Super Mace.
Super Mace.
We got no choice. It's Super Mace now.
We got no choice. Oh my
Just
gosh.
fucking super mace. But yeah,
Okay.
that got a big reaction out of me. I was like, super mace? What?
You're like, what the hell? God. Can we talk about the Father Earth story?
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Hold
That
on.
was wild.
Well, let me just see if there's any other stories before that.
Yeah.
Walt's scrapbook wasn't really a big deal.
The what?
Walt's scrapbook. It was like Walt
Oh,
telling
yeah.
Judge Dredd stories. I did find it funny though that Judge Dredd had to eat his food before doing anything. He's like, oh, for Pete's sake.
Yeah,
it's
he's like,
eating a
ugh.
custard pie. Like, okay, fine, I'll gulp this down, and then we're gonna keep doing this.
Do you know what's funny?
What?
When I was reading that, I pulled out the calculator and added up all the calories.
How many calories did Judge Dredd consume in that moment?
It was like 1,400,
Holy crap!
which is like a big meal.
He would be great at like an eating contest.
Yeah. Because I think the main meal was like 700, and then there was like some sort of side dish that was like 400. And anyway, I was like, these are large numbers for a single meal. And so I added it up because I was basing it off of the fact that the average human, depending on their, they say that the average human, depending on your energy level, like athleticism, needs about 2,000 calories a day. But men need more, women need less, and also it depends on how much you're exercising. So if you have, pretty low energy levels, if you don't exercise basically at all,
Right.
ideally you should be eating less, otherwise you're going to be gaining weight.
Huh.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. No, we talked about that before.
Yeah. So anyway, I was like, I know that Judge Dredd, he works out. Like, he's a busy man. He's going
yeah.
everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to stay in shape.
Absolutely.
And you also need a lot of calories to build muscle. So I was like, how much is this man eating in one single meal? 1,400 calories. That means this man is probably eating like over 3,000 calories a day.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him either, but I was like,
He's
that's
going all
wild.
over the place. He's doing incredible acrobatic feats. He's tucking and rolling. He's
The amount of times he knocks out somebody by fucking kicking them. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? This dude is like the freaking Rockettes, man.
Wait, the what?
The Rockettes.
The Rockettes.
The Christmas Rockettes where they do like the kick line.
Oh wait, like
They like do the little jumping and they kick in unison. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, did they do the can?
I think that's what it's called, yeah.
Okay, I might know what they look like, but I
Hold on.
didn't know their name.
Yeah, I think they're called the Rockettes. And it's like,
just show me a pic real quick.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, look.
Okay, like
They do the
Radio
kick line.
City. Okay, I have like a very limited knowledge of that, but yeah, he's like the Rockettes.
Yeah, because he can kick people. The amount of times he uses his foot to kick someone in the face.
Well, that's probably like an integral part of training. Like
Probably.
they're like you know what? I bet what it is they figure that the strongest muscle you can use in combat is your leg.
Yeah.
So they're just like, okay, if you want to take someone down without firing your gun, just use your leg.
Well, there's been multiple times where they draw him, like, fighting somebody, and he's literally, like, upside down, basically, like, break dancing, and kicking someone in the face with his legs as he, like, spins around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this man doing?
What's he doing?
What is he doing? Anyway, that's besides the point. Going back to Father Earth, if you're interested.
I am interested actually because
Okay.
that story was batshit insane,
It was. Holy shit. Okay.
and it wasn't even like a longer story either. It was like
No.
I mean,
It was kind of longer.
kind of long, but it wasn't like a whole ordeal. It was like there wasn't multiple parts to it.
Yeah.
It was like what 20 pages.
Yeah, about, yeah.
That's about as long as a singular story can get without going over into like a huge arc.
Yeah. So, okay, starting out at the beginning, there's people in Mutiland apparently that believe Mega City 1 is evil because they covered the earth in concrete.
Right.
And they're not, I guess, in touch with Mother Nature.
Yeah.
So they're like, these people
Because there's this one guy
evil.
who calls himself Father Earth, and he's a very different type of mutie.
He's like the leader is like a plant. He's made out of plants. Like what?
It's pretty much implied, or at least at the very least, he's got plants growing out of him, and he's got green skin.
Yeah.
And he's like a male poison ivy.
And they worship him.
Yeah, because he's very different, and he's like, look at me, I am in tune with Mother Nature and the earth, and I spread the word of nature, and it is not happy.
I would have loved if they casually stumbled across this guy during the Cursed Earth story arc, and then he came back and caused issues.
Ooh, that would have been nice. That would have been good storytelling. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, they don't do that. They don't think these.
Well, it was a batshit thing, and I thought that was great. But yeah.
But anyway, so the plant dude, Father Earth, is wanting to destroy Mega City 1, and so they infiltrate Mega City 1 and put a bomb in a man-made volcano.
Well, they eventually turned a reactor, which one? It was a reactor, right?
Yeah, so they said that nuclear power was banned, right?
Oh, right.
I could have sworn they said that nuclear power was banned ever since what happened that created Cursed Earth. Yeah. Which makes sense if you literally destroy yourselves with nukes. Just ban all nuclear power.
That actually raises a good point about the kind of energy they're using now, because, I mean, it's hard to imagine any sort of energy like nuclear energy, like something that can power a city like that, without it, like, being able to be weaponized, which makes me wonder, what kind of energy are they using?
So,
That's right. It was taken from the Earth's core.
Yeah,
or at least the mantle.
So, actually, this ties into my environmental science knowledge. I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly...
Thermal energy?
Geothermal energy.
Geothermal.
Yes. So, if I recall correctly, there's nuclear power.
Right.
And then there's geothermal power.
Right.
Supposedly, nuclear power is actually one of the most powerful and efficient powers in energy you can have.
Right.
But it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Extremely dangerous. So because of the danger of it, it's not exactly preferred.
Right. And yeah, I mean, it is clean.
Yeah.
And there have been times it's gone wrong, but like in terms of probability, it is actually, it is very safe nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's just that people don't trust it.
People don't trust it because if it goes wrong, which it can, mass devastation.
Right.
So people would rather not risk nuclear energy because of that likelihood.
Right.
Geothermal energy is actually what they were using in this story.
Yes. Because
basically with geothermal energy, they use the natural heat from lava to power stuff. And which is pretty dope. Yeah. It's like, okay, if you can make that work, then absolutely. Just like, because that is also infinite. It's infinite power. It's absolutely infinite. But so, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but something I found really fascinating in my environmental science class when I was taking it back in high school was it's Iceland, actually. Right. They primarily power their country on geothermal energy. Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes sense because they have active, vents. Volcanoes and stuff like that. Yeah, not necessarily volcanoes. Not but volcanoes, but just... There is a lot of heat, geothermal activity in that area, and they have springs. Yep, they have hot springs. They actually never have to shovel because they use the geothermal energy to melt all the snow off of all of their sidewalks. Oh, that is dope. All of their roads, all of their driveways. No snow days. Yeah, you don't get snow days. If you're in Iceland, no snow days. No snow days. The irony. But they literally heat the ground and utilize that geothermal energy to not have to shovel. Very dope. Very, very good thinking. Yeah. And then, of course, they're profiting off of the hot springs that they have there. Because you can go in the dead of winter when it's freezing cold and be at the hot springs. Those Vikings had it good. They really did. And so, because of their geothermal energy, they're one of the cleanest
Oh yeah, absolutely.
one of the cleanest countries in terms of energy power, which is really cool.
Yeah, no, they're awesome.
So basically, this man-made volcano, it actually makes a lot of sense because with the U.S., where our land is located, it does not have that geothermal capability like Iceland does.
Yeah.
So it actually makes sense that in this futuristic world, they drilled into the core to therefore access that power.
Or at least close to the core.
Yeah.
Was it actually the core, or was it like the mantle?
I think it might have been the mantle. Anyway,
If
basically...
if it was the core itself, I would have been a little concerned.
yeah.
That might have effects. Anyway.
Regardless, they drilled deep into the earth to access lava to therefore access that geothermal power, which I thought was really dope, actually.
Yeah. Really cool.
That they were doing that.
But in speaking of nuclear power and the ways it can go wrong,
Yeah.
this story actually explores how geothermal energy could go wrong if it were perhaps set up this way. Now, it was a very imaginative story.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if we had geothermal on that scale, I don't know if that would have been an issue.
Probably.
But pretty cool, though. Like, they're like, okay, what if we were using something that wasn't nuclear energy?
Yeah.
How would that go wrong?
Right. Like, geothermal energy is not inherently like this, and I think they more so played on the way nuclear energy works.
Yeah, it was more just kind of drawing parallels to nuclear energy.
Yeah. So basically, they have a man-made volcano.
Well, not at first, but...
Well, it's basically a man-made reactor that has lava in it.
Yeah, it draws lava.
The people in Mutiland infiltrate the city and drop a bomb, and it creates an active volcano, and lava is spewing out of the top.
Right. Yeah. So what happened was, it also happened to be voting time. There was an election for the mayor.
I think it was the mayor, yeah. Which, they have judges. Why is that relevant?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was just kind of a thing.
I guess it might be like kind of a figurehead type deal.
Oh, kind of like the Queen of England.
Yeah.
Just sort of like a figurehead, but they have parliament. And
I mean, I don't know. There could be other aspects of the law they haven't explored yet, but as far as we know, it's all handled by judges.
Right.
But yeah, so it's election. So everyone's election is completely remote.
Yes.
In this future, in this America. So, they need to use more power. And when the bomb is planted and that power is drawn from, it triggers a big ass explosion that basically let all the lava, it was controlled, but then it just got out of hand because of the explosion. And suddenly your giant skyscraper reactor, the top shoots off, and now it's a volcano.
Right.
So, yeah. Man-made volcano, not the intention, but that's what it became. Pretty cool.
Cool, but how many people died?
Oh, a lot.
Because the lava was going everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You have millions of people in a single city block.
Oh, yeah.
So I wish they would have said how many people died.
We need some numbers.
I need some numbers. That would have been interesting.
I think... When I was reading this story and I saw the devastation caused by this volcano in the middle of a city,
yeah,
I remembered I had this memory unlocked. There was a movie that was playing, maybe it was here or maybe it was like when we were visiting our grandparents. It was channel surfing, and then there's a movie where there's a city but there's lava flowing through the city. And they're trying to put out the lava with the firefighters are coming through. Yeah. And it's lava flowing in the middle of an urban area. I think it was called Volcano, but I'm not sure. Okay. But I'm sure there are a number of volcano movies, yet it's weird that I've never seen any of them. That is really weird. There's all these, I've seen all these apocalyptic, these disaster films. I've seen movies about tornadoes. I've seen movies about tidal waves. I've seen movies about an ice age suddenly kicking in because of climate change. I've seen movies about meteors. I have never seen a movie about a volcano, and I'm just now realizing this, and I'm like, what the hell?
There needs to be a movie about, not a documentary, but a movie about what if the super volcano in Wyoming actually went off.
There has to have been a movie made about that, and maybe the problem is that none of these movies that none of these volcano movies have gained traction.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
but the ash would block out the sun.
Yeah.
You'd have severe freezing temperatures.
Okay, there was volcanoes did get representation, represent volcanoes.
Yeah.
In I believe they got representation in 2012, the movie.
Yeah.
I do remember a scene where there was eruptions happening from the earth and at least earthquakes. It's always earthquakes. It's never volcanoes. Earthquakes are always taking the spotlight.
Yeah.
It's always earthquakes and tsunamis, never volcanoes. What the hell, people? Come on, get on it. Like, or maybe I'm just
Yeah.
not aware of volcano movies in general, but like it just seems like all of the other disasters are getting the spotlight and volcanoes are not.
I forget, was there a movie about Pompeii? Was
There-
that a volcano movie?
There
Wasn't
probably
Pompeii
there
a
probably
thing?
is a Pompeii movie.
Okay.
I mean, you could like look it up real quick if you want.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if there wasn't. But the fact that I can't think of any volcano movies shocks me. Oh God, we're like 46 minutes into this episode.
Oh, God.
We gotta move.
Okay, yeah, there is a action movie about Pompeii. Okay, so, but
What is it?
I feel like the movie Pompeii, it's not centered around the volcano.
Let me guess, it's a love story.
It is.
God damn it. That's so predictable.
7980 Pompeii, a bustling port city, stands in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius. Milo, a former slave, is a gladiator who has caught the eye of Cassie. Hey, my name. Not my actual name, but anyway.
Yeah, you're a pseudonym.
Apparently, I'm a wealthy merchant's daughter in this story. However,
Don't let it go to your head.
their difference in social status is not the only obstacle. So it's like a Romeo and Juliet story.
It's a Titanic story. That's what it is.
Oh, God,
They
yeah.
prop a romance into a disaster in history. They just did a Titanic. Why is this such a popular concept to do a romance during a disaster?
Cassia has been promised to Corvus, just like in Titanic, how the main woman was rich and was promised to a rich fiance.
Okay, so I know that we are currently watching Mission Impossible, but
Could
at
we
some
watch
point,
this movie?
at some point we should watch this movie.
This seems really interesting, actually.
Yeah, I would like to pick this movie apart.
A corrupt Roman senator. Okay. When the eruption of Mount Vesuvius rains lava and ash down on the city, Milo races to save her before it's too late.
I thought I heard at first Milo racist to save her.
Oh my God.
He's a racist to save her. He's yelling slurs left and right. What a hero! Not.
I bet in some form of history, people thought a racist was a hero.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, yeah, the KKK.
Yeah, that's true.
We're all heroes.
Oh my God. Honestly, that sounds like we gotta watch that movie. It sounds.
Pompeii?
Yeah.
I just want to rip into that thing.
Yeah.
That sounds like, because I gotta be honest, just hearing that, it just offended me. I don't know why. Just deep down, it just offended that this movie exists.
That this movie. Okay, wait, hold on. It came out in 2014. When did Titanic come out?
Before 2014?
Yeah, Titanic was 1997.
So it's literally just Volcano Titanic.
Yeah, it's just Volcano Titanic.
Come on, man.
Also, it's an hour and 45 minutes versus Titanic is 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Holy
At least they consolidated it.
Wait, which was the longer one?
Titanic.
Oh, okay, well that makes sense. I mean,
So-
James Cameron is a visionary.
Right, so at least with Volcano Titanic,
Yeah.
they consolidated it. So we're not watching 3 hours of Volcano Titanic.
Yeah, because it's already been done. Don't need to stretch that out again.
Yeah. Also, sorry, super quick side tangent with Titanic. There was a scene where when the Titanic was flooding, there was a big like stairway.
Right?
And in that scene, they claimed, I think because he wanted the director, James Cameron, right?
Yeah.
He wanted real fear and horror from the actors and all of the extras. So they did it in one take, flooded the entire room. Like they had
Oh God.
They had like a life-size built to scale stairway.
Right, yeah.
And dumped gallons of water into the room on the actors. And did like a one-take thing. Certain scenes they had to retake, like the stairs, because apparently the stairs were ripped up from the weight of the water, because at a certain point the wood becomes buoyant. So actually he had to like nail the stairs down, but supposedly people claim he actually figured out some sort of mystery of how the Titanic sank or what happened to the stairs and stuff. Because I think the grand stairway like floated or something, and people were like, "Where'd this go?"
Yeah.
Or something. So he figured that out while filming the movie, which is kind of cool. So.
Yeah, I'm paying attention. I'm just in the middle of a Gliok fight because
that's okay.
Gotta kill this guy.
Side tangent over.
Yeah.
I just thought that was interesting.
No, I'm gonna put that on like a list of things to watch with Cassie. We're currently watching Mission Impossible every weekend.
Yeah.
Just because I've seen the first 4 or so, but I want to remember what happened and then watch the next ones. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so yeah, Super Volcano happens in Mega City 1. A lot of things were happening, really. The volcano was the highlight.
Yeah.
There were mutilanders running amok.
Yeah, so they're like, the mutilanders were running amok, but then Judge Dredd is like, we gotta stop this volcano before we deal with the mutilanders.
And who do you call?
The Holocaust Squad!
Who are you gonna call? The Holocaust Squad!
Oh my god, my reaction when they said, bring in the Holocaust Squad? What
Who
the
says
hell? What the hell? And I was like, shocked. Because keep in mind, this is taking place 35 years after World War II ended. 35 years! That's not a lot of time.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I guess you could equate it to how we have memes of 9/11. And we're less than 20 years, well, actually, I forget when the memes first started for 9/11, but
it wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long.
It was a disappointing amount of time that passed.
It honestly was. No respect, but anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess I was kind of thinking about, I guess after a certain amount of time, people started in their own way memeing on World War II, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, so here's the thing. The word Holocaust is actually not unique to that event.
Right.
Yeah, it's there is a definition for it. Because I had to look this up. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe the definition, if I remember correctly, is a just like widespread devastation. I don't know if it was specifically genocide. I think it was just like just devastation or something like that. But the reason why we often think of the Holocaust when we see that word is because it was that big that it was the definitive Holocaust in history.
Yeah, it was a massive scale with lots of people dying.
So, but yeah, the fact that that had already happened, and now we got in Judge Dredd a something called the Holocaust Squad,
which literally jumped into the volcano. They had the heat suits or whatever so they could survive, but they all knew it was a suicide mission.
Right.
And then they're like, we gotta like turn the knob of a valve to shut off the lava in the volcano. And they had a bunch of people jump into the volcano. And eventually the last guy managed to like turn off the knob. I guess they were all taking turns at it as they all got burned alive. But they literally got burned alive, bro.
Yeah. It didn't go well.
I was like, what the? And then after there was victory, where they shut off the volcano, Judge Dredd is like, awesome, we did it. Moving on.
Yeah, those guys just died, but whatever.
Whatever. Moving on.
So the guy I just killed
is here.
Is here, and he's gonna be. I'm right.
He's waiting.
He's waiting. He knows I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, fucko. We're gonna lift this rock. I'm not scared of you.
Well. Oh, okay.
Oh, he doesn't even care. Okay, you can lift that rock. I don't care.
Okay.
Yay. Oh, now he's mad.
Okay, there we go. And by the way, right after they shut off the volcano, we then have mutated man-eating plants.
Yeah, that was and by the way, it's actually less of the fact that they're mutated, more the fact that they are from other planets.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I was like, the lava would kill everything. Where the fuck did these mutated plants come from?
So there was a exhibit that was somewhere in the city. Just it was like a zoo but for plants.
Yeah.
Exotic alien plants, which by the way, seems like a terrible idea to bring in an exotic species like that could pose that much danger to someone.
Right.
So we just have plants that, like, you know, pop out spores that would, like, implant in your skin and cause growths. We have a plant that has a mesmerized hypnotic screech that lures you to your death.
Yeah, like a siren, like the old mermaid tales or
Yeah,
whatever.
but instead of a siren, it's a Venus flytrap with prehensile tentacles.
Yeah.
Vines that will just draw you in and eat you.
Yeah.
And we thought that was a good idea to bring that to a city on Earth where that could kill people.
Apparently. Also,
that was very questionable.
It very was. Okay,
Though
well,
I do like this. I do like the sound of blood plant. That is pretty cool.
well, do you know what I'm pretty sure that was referencing? Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, because I mean, the plant did sing, but it was more of the plant didn't lure with singing. But no, I see your point.
But the whole concept of Little Shop of Horrors was that
You're gonna have to explain this to me because I'm not catching on yet.
okay, so in Little Shop of Horrors, there's an alien plant
Right.
that the main character Seymour starts raising.
Though it's not entirely obvious that it is alien until it says so. It's kind of a plot twist. But anyway.
Yeah. So Seymour discovered that this alien plant likes blood.
Oh,
And
it's
so-
specifically the blood, not the flesh. Right?
Well, it starts with blood, but then as the plant grows and gets bigger,
Oh, yeah.
it starts eating people.
Right.
So, basically, I think there might be some sort of thing where people want to see it because it's like this weird, creepy phenomenon, and they're like, it's kind of like this attraction to
Sorry, I just...
the occult, I guess. I don't know. I forget. Anyway, so basically the parallel I was coming to was the plant. What you
Oh,
do?
I'm putting a timestamp because that Yiga guy just popped out of nowhere and he got smacked out of the air in a really funny way.
Yeah.
And I gotta highlight that in some way.
Okay.
Anyway.
So the main parallel that I drew from is that you have an alien plant that
Right.
likes blood and eating people.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, the plant in Judge Dredd that they created looked a lot like the Little Shop of Horrors plant.
It did?
Yep. So,
Oh, I remember a mouth that opened vertically.
this was the Little Shop of Horrors plant.
Okay.
It's horizontal. And the plant in Judge Dredd, I wish I had the page number.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you should have brought your tablet in here.
I should have. But I don't even remember what page the Father Earth story was, but it looks exactly like the Little Shop of Horrors plant.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
It just looks like kind of alien to me.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, look up
Judge Dredd, Father.
Earth blood plant. I doubt that's going to spoil anything that happens in future issues, so that seems specific enough that it only applies to that one story.
There you go.
Oh. Okay. Huh. But beside the fact that it's a carnivorous plant from outer space, and it looks like that, is that the only parallel you drew?
Yeah, that's just the main parallel.
Okay. I feel like it would have been more of a reference if there had been somewhere in frame a nameplate that said Audrey 3 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't see anything like that. I did look it up. Little Shop of Horrors.
It was made before.
Yes,
that.
it was made before.
Like
Judge
50s,
Dredd.
I think.
Or 60s, I think.
50s or 60s. Pretty old musical. Surprisingly old musical.
Yeah, very old musical. But yeah, it was made pretty early on. Yeah, so the original film actually was released in 1960.
Okay. It actually had 2 different endings. Did you know that?
Yes, I did actually.
Yeah, oh god, how many years elapsed after I saw the second version before I figured out there was a first ending? Too many years.
Yeah.
I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, what? This was a thing?
Wasn't the original ending that everybody
in the musical,
died?
yeah, like the plant just gets out of hand and starts spreading, and
but that did not have a good audience reaction, so they changed it.
Yeah, and suddenly Seymour.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was interesting. And then let's see here.
By the way, we are over an hour right now. Right you are, Void. Hey guys, it's Future Void here. I'm actually going to be cutting the episode here because turns out we kept talking about Judge Dredd for another 40 minutes roughly. So, no, that's definitely too long for a single episode. So I ended up cutting this into 2 parts. The next episode will be dropping next week, so you can look forward to that. Make sure to hit like on this video and subscribe if you want to see more of these. And hit that notification bell. And yeah, that's it. So, until next time.
Like, when was he able to pump and dump?